16 out of the 18 newly appointed permanent secretaries were sworn in by President Muhammadu Buhari at the event attended by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, ministers and other senior government officials. The president reminded the permanent secretaries as chief advisors to ministers and responsible for safeguarding public funds that the success or otherwise of this administration will largely depend on their competence, ability and capacity to discharge their duties efficiently and effectively.
I must sound a note of warning. It is within public domain that ministers as chief executives of their ministries as well as other governmental officials involved in policy formulation and the implementation often complain of the intolerable levels of incompetence, indifference, or even suspected sabotage by some of the top echelon of the civil service. Even while permanent secretaries, in some instances, are exempted from these accusations, they are still responsible and liable to failure to provide the required leadership, control, and direction.
Urging them to regard their appointments as an emergency call to duty, President Buhari enumerated the reinvigoration of the nation's economy, creating jobs for the unemployed, fighting corruption, tackling insecurity, and providing infrastructural services as priority areas of his administration.
This administration will not condone any excesses, indifference, incompetence, and corrupt practices in any form. Permanent secretaries are therefore advised to note these words of caution and disseminate them to all civil servants accordingly.
The president, who described Nigerian civil service as a dependable ally in his quest to change Nigeria for the better, promised necessary support, protection, and encouragement to his members in the discharge of their duties.
I have great faith in the ability and quality of the Nigerian civil service to provide stability and the desired change. This administration and the civil service can thus develop a constructive partnership in charting a course for the change that Nigerians are looking forward to.
Some of the permanent secretaries react.
What is left is for us to prove ourselves and to make sure that we discharge our responsibilities with the fear of God for the betterment of the nation.
Mr. President has been very clear that we must hit the floor running and we must all be change agents. We're all dedicated and we're all ready to work hard and make sure that the administration succeeds.
I have no reason not to perform very well in this country.
In keeping with the change mantra, a more rigorous selection process entailing serious scrutiny of past records, potentials, integrity, honesty, and sense of commitment was adopted to bring the new permanent secretaries on board. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.